Now guess who is popping up from the woodworks? Malcolm X. Unikenda guy. Wawa wiwa. You see now what these people are doing? Now they are starting to put the pieces together. They're covering the asses. They're covering the asses. Now it's going to seem as if, oh, Vele Kenny Kunene was there with the junior reporter, because now Malcolm X has put a name and saying that indeed it was broken by African News Global. And it wasn't broken by African News Global. But now all of a sudden, if you go and search online, it's there. I'm just like, wow.
The SAPS and the Hawks arrived at this house to arrest murderer Katiso KT Molefe for the killing of whistleblower Armand Swart. Since then, there's been much speculation about who called former Hawks head Godfrey Libya. Businessman Malcolm X now says it was him. He explains that he called Libya to find out if his client's brother Katiso Molefe was going to be arrested. X says he shares a close relationship with Libya and spoke directly to him.
I said, General, there are people here who claim they are Hawks officials and they were sent here by you. Then he said, wait, today? I said, yes, today. Then he said, look, allow me to verify this. Then I don't know who he called, but after having spoken to someone or some people, he called back and said, please send me the address of the place. I did. I directed him. Then he said, okay, this needs to be verified because I didn't send anybody.
X says Libya dispatched a team to Molefe'S home to confirm whether the arresting officers were from the Hawks, as they claim to be.
The first unit arrived, they verified them, they left. I saw another, 2 or 3 cars arriving, speaking to their commander, speaking to the policemen at the entrance. They were allowed access to the yard and the house. So they left, and even those that I personally know, they came back and said, yes, indeed, they are policemen. We verified that, and there's a mandate for them to search the house.
Despite working with KT Molefe'S brother, X says he's never met the murder accused.
Nothing. I've never been to Molefe'S house. I've been to the brother's house. I've never been to Molefe'S house. I don't know if Molefe knows me or not. I don't have his number. I don't know if he's got my cell number or not. I called General Kunenes myself. I called him. I sent him a message I can show you on my phone. I said, General, I wanted to say, General, I'm the person that called, and my intention was not to stop the operation.
Libya, responding to ENCA, says he knows X. He says it's not a norm for custodians of the details of sources, informants, or whistleblowers to reveal their identities. In this case, Libya says the individual decided to come out before the commission started its work.
Let the law take its course, if there's to. I never intended to stop that operation. I wanted to verify if they were indeed policemen and what their intention was with KT Molefe, so that I could report back to my client, who is KT Molefe's brother.
X says if summoned, he will testify at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry looking into the serious corruption allegations made by KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi.
Vault unlocked. Hey, dazzling diamonds. Ooh-wee. The plot is thickening. This whole Molefe, Gayton, Kenny situation, all the people that are linked to DJ Somebody's murder realization is getting interesting. The last I spoke to you guys about this whole situation, we were talking about Gayton, Kenny Kunene, right? And how he was caught at that house with a junior reporter. Now guess who is popping up from the woodworks? It's almost like the truth is coming out, and it's either people have to tell on themselves. If they don't, then they're gonna get caught up in some way. Guess who pops up from the woodworks? Malcolm X. Unikenda guy. Wawa Weaver. Now, Malcolm X is the guy that you guys have seen on social media. I'm pretty damn sure you have. He's some kind of millionaire guy or billionaire, who knows, who's always doing that X sign on social media. He gives sneakers, Jordans to young boys, and he helps communities and people alike. He's the guy that's always wearing matchy. He had a girlfriend at some point, and they were always wearing matchy clothing. He's an old kind of dude, but he's always in this Jordan get up with the backpack. He looks wealthy. Kind of makes you wonder, where does he get his wealth from? Because in this interview that he was on the radio, he said he's a consultant, and they were asking him, a consultant of what? And he says he consults on everything. I feel like scammers, or I'm not saying that Malcolm X is a scammer. I'm not saying that. You are thinking it, but I never said it, okay? They like to use, I'm a consultant. A consultant of what, sir? Sure. So now he's the one that called the head of the Hawks to say, hey, my client is telling me that there are hawks at his brother's house, Molefe. And he's like, can you please verify did you actually send them there? Can you please check for me? Like, are these the right people, or is this like a kidnapping situation? Are they trying to take him and say that they're from the Hawks, but they're actually kidnapping him, Jerry? Right? Type of situation. And then the Hawks guy says, I'll get back to you, I'm gonna check. Because apparently these guys didn't want to show Malcolm. Oh, Malcolm got the call from Molefe'S brother, and he went there. Malcolm actually physically, he was there. And apparently, allegedly, he was there at the same time, or around the same time, that Kunenes was there. Do you know why I say that? Oh my gosh, these people are so bad. Because Kunenes had said that he went there. Actually, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Right? He said with his two watches. He said that he was there with his junior reporter for his newspaper. And the newspaper is, I wrote it down. Hold on. Elon Tuzane, African News Global. And we were all like, where is this junior reporter? Where is this junior reporter? Right? And why didn't his publication break the story? Now that Malcolm X is coming out of the woodworks, Malcolm X says, because what whistleblower actually just vaporizes themselves? Malcolm X just decided, and if they want to call me to testify, wada, give my side. What side? You just got into the story and now you have a side. He'll go there and do the things, right? So now Malcolm X on the interview on the radio says that. And then he makes it a point to mention this. That I was there because I was trying to see what was happening with my client and his brother. And were these really Hawks people? Right? And then he makes it a point to mention, the publication that broke the story was African News Global. Who owns African News Global? Kunenes. Why wasn't it mentioned in the beginning when Kenny was found there that Malcolm X was there too? Malcolm X even takes it a step further to go and mention the reporter that was there breaking the story. That's the junior reporter that Kunenes was talking about. Now all of a sudden, all these people were at the scene. Malcolm X is so familiar with the cops and people of authority or people in government. The guy at the radio station that was interviewing him on the phone, who are you? Why are you calling the Hawks people? Why is your client, your consulting client, calling you to find out or to say, hey, they're arresting my brother? Who are you when it comes to law enforcement? And he's like, no, I'm not anything. I just have connections. You see now what these people are doing. Now they are starting to put the pieces together. They're covering the asses. They're covering the asses. Now it's going to seem as if, oh, Vele, Kenny Kunene was there with the junior reporter, because now Malcolm X has put a name and saying that indeed it was broken by African News Global. And it wasn't broken by African News Global. But now all of a sudden, if you go and search online, it's there. I'm just like, wow. Malcolm X, they're putting Malcolm X in to come and help them. These people are all buddies. To help clear up Kenny Kunene. Because Nakona, what is he a consultant of? Where does he get his money from? And then Malcolm X is like, no, I wasn't there to try to stop the arrest. I was just finding out if my client was going to be arrested. And his client is apparently, allegedly, Molefe'S brother. Molefe is the guy that is locked up for DJ Somebody's murderalization. And then he says, Malcolm X, I don't know. Nobody seems to know Molefe. He's also going on the way Kenny was going on. But he was also at Molefe'S house. He says, no, I don't know Molefe. You can even check my phone. Does that ring a bell? Doesn't it sound like how Kenny Kunene was saying, check my phone, check my phone? Why do these people want their phones to be checked so bad? And he also looks guilty in the interview, the first interview. He looks guilty. But they keep on saying, check my phone. So now Kenny Kunene has said, I don't know Molefe. Malcolm X is saying, I don't know Molefe, check my phone. I know the brother. These are lies. He says that he wasn't trying to stop the arrest. He was trying to find out and see what's going on. That's why he called the Hawks to find out. Is this like a kidnapping or something? Because this doesn't seem right. And when he got there, they were all in balaclavas, like 40 men. And he's like, show me your identification. And they're like, no, we don't have to. And they were rude to him, whatever. Who are you, Malcolm X? Aren't you just some kind of businessman? A business of what? You see how they're cleaning up their act? Now all of a sudden, there is a reporter. And a junior reporter. And now all of a sudden, what's this? African News Global is up and running. And the fact that Kenny Kunene resigned means that he cannot be investigated in this whole mess. Unless his party wants to investigate him, which they won't. They won't. These people are all involved. All the rich tycoons, business people in South Africa that we've seen being flashy online, they're all involved. They know something. And they're involved in something. Somebody. Something, somebody type of situation. So now, who else is going to pop up from the woodworks to come and say, I was also at Molefe'S house, but I don't know the man. These people are crooked. Who else kind of touched on this matter? Umam Keys. She spoke about how Gayton's son bought her soccer team. Gayton's son just recently bought the soccer team. And now it's making headlines about his age. Obviously, Gayton has a hand in it. And now it seems like the PA is trying to take the heat off of Kenny's thing by them speaking about the son and the team and stuff. There's a lot going on. There's a lot. July can end. It's fine. July can end. They're cleaning it up. They actually actively, I told you guys they're going to do it. Thank you, Ramaphosa. They're actually cleaning it up. These people are so good. They're bad. They bad, but like they good. I wonder next week or later on in this week, who else is gonna pop up to say, I was there, but I don't know. Nobody knows Molefe. He's like a ghost. But they all seem to be around him in some way or another, and the pictures don't lie. Now it's Malcolm X. Wow, we were. Anyway, I just had to come and tell you guys that. Interesting, eh? Sure. I'll see. Let me know. Let me know what you guys actually think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Luna. Wow, we were.
You know, when I said prepare the popcorns, I wasn't actually lying. Now the story of Malcolm changes. He was speaking with Clement Manyatela on Radio 702. Listen to this. Yabona this guy.
News Global yesterday ran a story confirming that the person who actually called Godfrey Lebeya, who was then the Hawks head, is actually businessman Malcolm X. And Malcolm X confirmed to Africa News Global that he is indeed the person who called the Hawks head to say there are people here identifying themselves as Hawks officers. So we've got him on the line to chat to us about this. He joins us now on the line. Malcolm X, thank you so much for making time for us. Good morning. Welcome to 702.
Pleasure is all mine.
Let's start from the beginning. So you have now confirmed that you are the person that called Godfrey Lebeya, who was the Hawks head, to inform him that there are people at Katiso Katie Molefe'S house who want to arrest him, who are pretending to be Hawks officers. Can you explain what happened then? How did you find yourself at this house, and what did you say to Godfrey Lebeya at the time?
Thank you for having me. First of all, the story is an exclusive of Africa News Global. It was broken by them after having interviewed me. And the journalist is Bianca Binase, BB. Now, on the day in question, that was 6 December 2024, I received a call from someone who said someone that I know very well, who is one of my clients in my consulting business, who said he's the brother to Molefe, Katie Molefe.
Mm-hmm.
Then he said, look, Malcolm, I'm not around, but please do me a big favor. My brother just called me and said he's either about to be arrested or kidnapped and possibly killed by people who are masquerading as police officers at his house. Then he sent me the address. He directed me to the house. I drove there quickly. It was during the day. I didn't even have time to call for backup or tell the police about it. So I went there alone. As I was about to park, then I saw there were about 35 to 40 people in the yard, and there were many vehicles outside the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Then at the entrance, and they wouldn't allow me to enter the yard. And they said they are police officers. Then I said, okay, from which division? They said, why is it my business? Then I explained them that their brother to the owner of the house asked me to come through. On arrival, several of them were talking to me. They were very rude, even refusing to show me their identification cards
Mm-hmm.
to prove they were policemen. Then I said, guys, this is very suspicious because there are people here wearing ballot levels,
Yeah.
refusing to show me their identity cards. Some cars had no registration numbers. Then I said, if you are policemen, my name is Malcolm X. If you are policemen, please show me who I'm. Proof of that. So some said, hey, you can't be Malcolm. So I got my ID
Mm-hmm.
and showed them that it's my real name, as in the name is Malcolm, surname is X. So I requested them to do the same. They wouldn't. Then eventually I said, can I speak to your commander? They said he's not available. At some stage, the commander came and said, yes, we are policemen. But some of them had already said, because I asked them from which division. Then I said, are you Hawks, Crime Intelligence, or SAPS? They said all that. And when they said all that, that's when I decided to call General Godfrey from my cell phone. I called him, he picked up. Then I said, General, there are people here who say they are hawks.
Yeah.
Some of them say they are hawks, and they were sent by you to this operation.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him how I got to be there. Then he said, look, I have no knowledge of any Hawks members doing an operation in Sentin. Can I verify? He verified and called back and said, no, they are not Hawks, because I just spoken to my people. Hawks members are not supposed to be there, but I will send teams to come verify them.
Mm-hmm.
Then at some stage, it didn't take long. So they arrived. Some apparently came from Pretoria or Kempton Park, Sunny Hill. But then I then met Hawks members that I know personally from Job Exhibit. They arrived. Hi, Malcolm, how are you? We've been told to come here. We've been told that we are here as well. Then I said, I'm here. I'm the one that called General. Then they verified those people that they are. Then they came out and said, okay, it's confirmed. They are policemen.
Okay.
And but when I called the General, I actually put my phone on the speaker. They could hear I was talking to General Godfrey. So it came as a surprise when General Ntlantam Kwanali, during his interview, when he said someone at the house called head of the Hawks to intervene and try to stop the police from doing their job, or to intervene and try to stop the police from arresting Molefe. That was not the case. I personally called General Mkonazi myself. I have proof on my phone.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a moment, Malcolm. Okay. I just wanted you to give us like what happened in the beginning. I think we get that. Now, here's a question. So you said the brother of Molefe is the one who called you and said, my brother is about to be arrested and we're concerned, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why did the brother call you? Why didn't he call the police?
I don't know why he didn't call the police. But as a super consultant that I am.
What do you consult in? Are you a lawyer?
No, a consultant with a registered company in consulting. I consult for everything, entertainment, construction, all that.
Okay, so with legalities like this, what gives you the authority to be, for instance, if someone consults me, it's probably going to be about the media, interviews. Nobody's going to call me, for instance, and say, oh my God, my brother is about to be arrested and these people are identified, because I don't have authority on that. I don't consult in that space. So Molefe call you and say, help.
The brother of Molefe called me because he's been my client for a long time in entertainment. Now they know that I'm very close to authorities as in politicians, businessmen and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
and
close.
He knew. Yeah,
okay.
And he knew that at that level I could assist.
Okay, that might make sense. So they knew that you are close to authorities. So based on the Africa News Global website, they are saying that you said that it's the friend of Molefe who called you. In fact, let me quote it here. It says, Malcolm X told Africa Global that he received a call from a client of his who happened to be friends with Molefe. So you told Africa News Global this person was friends with Molefe. You're telling me now that this person was brothers to Molefe. Which is which?
Okay. Now, in the streets, a friend can be a brother can be a friend. I could be friends with someone, but the friendship could be at a level whereby we feel that we are brothers. We feel that it's no longer just a friendship, but a brotherhood. Now, I've got people who are not related to me biologically, but I call them my brother. How are you, my brother? We call each other brothers.
Okay, so in this case, can we be clear then? Is it a friend or is it a brother?
I don't know if they are friends or brothers, but they call each other brothers. So when he called me, say my brother, I did not question that because I've never met Molefe in my life. I don't have his cell number. I don't know if he's got my cell number. Even at the time he got arrested, I did not see him being taken out of the house, but his children confirmed that, yes, our father has just been arrested because we stayed there for about 10 to 11 hours.
Yeah.
At the gate, yeah.
Okay. Where do you get the contacts of the Hawks? When you say you are close to authorities, are you close to the then Hawks head, Godfrey Libya, as well? And And here's why I'm asking that, right? If for instance, as Malcolm X, you're concerned about people who may be posing as police officers, do you have a relationship with Godfrey Lebeya that gives you the access to call him? Because you could have called the station commander or another police station. Can you help me understand that relationship with the former Hawks head?
At the time, I got a call from Katie Molefe'S brother or friend, as you said it. The first person I called was the minister of the police. He didn't pick up. Then I called head of the Hawks because I wanted to call the minister and say, hey, there are policemen here who say they are policemen. When I didn't pick up, I called Lebeya. In my life, I've met Lebeya once in his office in Pretoria. He's got my number. I've got his number. Now, all these people, politicians, they are human beings. They are accessible. And as a super consultant...
And he's not a politician, remember. He's not a politician. He's a law officer. He's a Hawks head.
Yes. Look, I've got access to his bosses. They have access to me. As a super consultant in my business, you must have access to everyone.
When you say his bosses, what do you mean?
I'm talking about the ministers.
Oh, the ministers, okay.
Yeah. Now, in my level of business, I must have access to everyone. They have access to me. So if you and I are friends and you happen to be appointed to be a minister, I'm not going to start running away from you because you are now in a higher position. The friendship continues.
So do you think then Lebeya gave you access to himself because you have access to his bosses?
No. I gave him access to me.
Okay.
I gave Lebeya access to me.
What was the condition? Are you able to tell us why you guys met in the office back in the day? Was it on a separate matter?
Yeah, it was on a separate matter. It was not on this. And to clarify you, if General Lebeya said he was called by a police informant, I don't remember him saying that because I'm not a police informant. And he wouldn't say that.
All right, hold on. He wouldn't say that. He did say it on this show. Listen to this.
Yeah.
So the source who called you, what interest does that person have in this matter? Is it only because they're friends of Molefe, or do they have any other interest in this matter?
I do not know their relationship. Firstly, I don't even know this Molefe. I never heard about him before. So it's not one of the famous names that when a person mentioned it, one would have picked it up. So I don't know what is his relationship with this individual. It is something that this person himself can indicate. I just took it that they are general friends. But to us, we just took this is an information from somebody who has been providing information in the past. It's not the first time that he's providing the information.
But then he's also friends with this man who was about to be arrested, and he has a relationship with the police because he's given them information before.
The informant, all the people in South Africa, those who want to fight crime from time to time, provide information. The fact that they might be closely related to criminals is something that we will not be knowing from the word go. So, yes, he provided the information to us, which in the past we had to work on it. And obviously I can't be revealing the nature of the information that he provided.
But this man has provided information before that was credible to the police.
Yes.
And this time around, his friend was about to be arrested. So that's the part I wanted you to hear, Malcolm X. Godfrey Lebeya confirmed on the show last week that you have provided information to the Hawks as an informant, which has been credible before.